Hey, hi, how's it going? So, we are in week 8 going over the road to become a natural pro bodybuilder. Big things have happened. Well, yeah, I'd say big things. A lot of progress in terms of um, body weight and then also shows and I guess notoriety. But I'll go with that first to be fair. I got a bunch of new Instagram followers and it's kind of crazy because with that comes a lot more hate. So I think I made probably one of these posts. Yeah, this one here, like a couple of days ago, literally like maybe 5 days ago. And it had a bit of traction at the start and it was fine, but then all of a sudden like I had maybe 2,600 followers when I posted it and I'm on like 4K and yesterday I was on 3K, which it's not huge or anything, but from getting no messages on a daily basis or like not really being bothered by outside noise to people just like ridiculous amounts of accusations of me not being natural and like just people going at me, like people writing essays about how I'm a compulsive liar, I've got like psychological issues. I'm people look up to me. Why would I be so disingenuous? Just like really interesting, crazy stuff. Like it's weird how people can create a whole character or a whole demon behind who I am without even ever spoken a word to me. Like they don't know anything. I mean, of course, they've seen my content and they see what I put out, but these people have no idea who I am. I mean, that's how the internet is, I guess. People on keyboards doing crazy stuff. Anyway, we'll go over. Oops. All right, we'll go over my weight and what's happening. So I guess, and now that will line up with show dates as well. So big update. I have decided to drop out of the first show I wanted to do. Wow, I decided to drop out the first show I wanted to do. Main reason is that it's basically too close to the other shows I wanted to do. So the PCA show was here this week, right? And as much as I want to do it as like a warm-up show to get me ready for other shows, it doesn't make any sense for me to put all the effort into that show when this is the show that really matters at this point. This is the one where it has all the credibility. Like a lot of everybody will be natural. I mean, everybody would have been natural in the other one too, but this is the whole natural federation. Whereas PCA have some shows that aren't natural, and I think it's taken less seriously. Like the natural shows are taken less seriously as it is in this show. So as I'm sort of building my, I guess, brand as a competitor, as a bodybuilder, I want to align myself with the right sort of federations and people within that industry. So I think it's better for me to just, for now, put all my focus towards the Heart of England show, make a big name for myself, get a bit more credibility, and ride off that wave, as opposed to jumping around different places. I mean, it's cool to do different competitions, but I don't think that's what's going to help me and also my physique. So this show is a qualifier for this show, and then this show will be the final one. We're all within the same federation for like the British Championships. On top of that, there's money in all of these shows as opposed to the other one where there was only money in one. And then it's also an investment as well. So it costs a lot of money to apply for these shows, travel to the location, do the tan, like get everything ready in time where it's just a lot of hassle. And I'd rather just kind of stick to one federation. Um, it's all within the same area and it's just more straightforward. So yeah, I decided not to do that. However, some guy messaged me on Instagram yesterday. No, it wasn't yesterday. I think a couple of days ago, talking about how if I can find a way to get to America, I think they're in North Carolina. If I can find a way to get to North Carolina, he'll pay for my accommodation and tickets for one of the natural shows they're doing over there. But it's on May the 3rd. And the issue is, like, as cool as it sounds, I don't think I'll be ready. Like, I don't think I'll be ready, and I don't want to travel. And but honestly, it was so enticing because he said like if I basically win that show, then I get a free entry to a bigger show, the Pittsburgh Pro Show, which is the one where like there's actual like big name competitors there. A lot of people from UK and US go to that show if anybody's into bodybuilding, like Nick Walker and what's the guy that won? Derek Lunsford had like a big show there last year, and so it's like I'll be in proximity to that big of a show, and I think it's around like the second show is around like here or something like that. I don't know, but I'm tempted. I don't know if I'll be ready. I'm going to prepare for it as if it was going to happen, like, and then just see what happens. Like, if I just decide to make a last minute jump to it, I might do it. But otherwise, it's probably not going to happen. And another reason why, well, I guess we could even say the main reason why I want to, um, or I don't want to do the PCA show. It's not really the main reason, but it's like the caveat reason is that my birthday's next week. And honestly, I am in need, not in need, but I really want a diet break. So I've been craving pizza and I've been craving cake. This time last year when it was my birthday, I didn't have any cake, I didn't celebrate it or anything. And it's like I felt bad, but I had cake afterwards, after the show and all that kind of stuff. But this year I really feel like, yeah, I want cake. So I'm going to take that as a diet break. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna track my calories just to see how much I do and what the effect that has on my body. I'm gonna take a picture day before, day of, and then day after, and just see how my body changes. I'm assuming I'm gonna have like a sick pump. I don't know if I'm gonna work out that day because it's like glutes day, ain't all that. But yeah, I'm gonna have a break for my birthday and enjoy myself. But, well, I say but that means like 5 buts in a row. That means that I will have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 weeks perfectly to prepare for the Heart of England show. And if anybody knows anything about prepping, 12 weeks is like the best time period for um, a prep. So it kind of lines up like the way my logic agrees is that 12 weeks is good. Enjoy your birthday, win the show, and I also have more time to prepare for being on stage. Right now, my upper body's looking pretty good, but it's not like I'm concerned about my lower body, but I want it to look even better. So up until I don't think it'll be ready by the first, like the original PCA show, but I have a high chance of it being ready by the Heart of England show. Either way, I'll probably be the biggest on stage, but I want to be the most conditioned too. So that's the goal. And like I was saying, with a lot more followers now, there's a lot more eyes on me to win. And not even just to win, but to kind of show out and have like a big impression. I don't want to show up and look normal or look average or look like they expected. I want to blow people's minds kind of thing on stage. So the best way for me to do that is to make sure that I prepare for it with 100% of my effort. Okay, that's that. So looking at progress here, let's do that actually. Let's compare this year to last year too. So if you're following, you know that this is basically week 8 from last year. So I wanted to get a picture of the same sort of frame and kind of compare side by side with relaxed. And here is the actual flex from this week. As you can see, I look a lot more better. I look a lot more um, I guess built. Like here, I'm very fluffy, very like inflamed is the word to say. It feels like, but I was definitely on a lot more calories too. So here now, where I'm on less calories, I'm doing more targeted cardio, like specific cardio. So here I was just doing incline walks and taking steps every day. Here I'm doing stairmaster and cycling, and I'm also doing like 4K steps outside of the cardio. But I feel that my energy has been put into the right things. What you'll notice though is that my legs, they look smaller here, but then you can see that when it's flexed, it's actually not the case. And it's just that here I just had a lot more fat in my legs. Really, that's all it is. So if we ignore this now and then compare the actual flexed pictures, it's not like I made a massive jump in progress on compared this week compared to last week. It's just that my camera's at a higher point, so I look more imposing, I guess. But I'm also flaring my lats this time, kind of like here, but my arms are beside me. So it looks like I find out how to control my abs to push them up or pull them up and then kind of make them a bit more presentable. So I think it's a really good look. I think I have a really good front package, and that's probably what's going to help me. Well, I think it feels like I'm glazing myself, but I feel like I have a high chance to win the competition just from like how I look, like regardless of posing. But of course, they can't just judge me on how I look. I need to pose correctly too, which I'm obviously working on. But if you see here, because of the posing, my waist looks really slim because of how pulled out my lats are. and that's the sort of magic you want to do with posing. Looking from the back, you can see compared to last year, there is, I guess my posture is a lot better too, but there's a lot more development in my muscle down here. Even the traps, like I think my traps, they actually look bigger here, but here they, like this looks bigger, this looks better. You know what I mean? Like it feels like I just look more put together in the recent pictures. And then when it's flexed, it's like it's out of this world. It's, you can't even compare it. And again, posture wise, this is self glaze, but I think I look great. I think I look great. Like my lats look really wide. My mid back, or like, I guess I can't remember if this is rhomboids or trap major or whatever. Anyway, my back looks like it's really popping out, and I think by the time I strip all the fat from my frame, I'm gonna look crazy. Saying all this, if I lose, it's gonna be uh, quite depressing. Anyway, again with the relaxed poses, you can see that there's a lot more definition in my delts, even though this is like bigger in terms of size. Here looks a lot better, and even chest wise, the camera's closer, so it looks better, but there's a lot more volume, and I think you can see here there's a lot more volume in my chest when it's flexed, when I'm flexed. And here the only difference is that my arms are flared out, so it looks like my triceps are closer than they are, and my delts pop up more because obviously at the angle it lets it present itself a lot more. But yeah, that's it for progress pictures. I think everything looks great, to be honest. Like going getting to this point, the pictures will only look like good and better. So it's really hard to draw a comparison, especially because I'm so far removed from this point, like as in the 8 week picture from last year, that I'm in such a better position. So it's hard to say, oh yeah, I need to work on this, because they all just look great. Where the real work will come in is when I do an off season that's actually better than the off season I had this time, because I was kind of just chilling and not focused on training. This time around, I'm going to focus on training, get my nutrition right. So it's going to be such a stark difference, almost in the same way how this picture looks different to this picture. Um, that's what we're going to see for this time around next year. So at this point, we're in, uncharted territories in terms of how to critique the look. All I know is that the look looks good, and I just have to focus on keep bringing detail. So eventually, we want some feathers in the quads. We want to see even less fat around the waist. We want to see the obliques pop out more. We want to see the clavicle area, like the fat in there, shrink, so that there's a lot more separation here. And yeah, basically just have the tightest look, the most conditioned look on show. Okay, yeah, cardio is still the same, still doing 1 hour before, 1 hour after. I'll be real with you, cardio's starting to get easy. Not easy, but it doesn't feel like a chore anymore. But I don't want to use that as a cue to push more cardio, because I can see how fatigue will set in, and then I might struggle with that, and feel like I need more rest days, because I'm still going gym every single day, right? And I'm doing cardio every single day, and nothing feels like it's too hard to maintain. So I want to ride that wave as opposed to trying to push the envelope. As the show gets closer, if I feel like I'm not in my best shape possible, then I might increase cardio again and just suffer through it. But for now, since I'm around 13 weeks out from the Hearts of England show, there's just no need. We just like, this look is a guarantee. So let's not try to do too much to and have it backfire. Nutrition, I've upped my calories by around 100 grams, so 100 calories by 100, and that's just like a bit more carbs, so I can have more energy for the cardio sessions. But it's not. I'm still losing weight on a when I when I don't go off the rails. I still lose weight at around 1 kg per week, so we're doing good. Yeah, I think that's it. As always, if you have any questions, if you want some coaching, feel free to send me a message. And yeah, if not, keep following along, and hopefully I win the show. Bye.